some sweet day. I'll see you in the rapture. I'll see you in the rapture. There with our blessed Savior, we'll live and reign forever. I'll see you beating in the air. There with our blessed Savior, we'll live and reign forever. I'll see you in
alarm, leaning, leaning, leaning on the everlasting arms. In the last verse now. What have I to dread? What have I to fear? Leaning on the everlasting arms.
Right at the last minute, I say last minute, we've got a couple weeks, so we need your help with some things for Bible school. We were talking to some folks and some families and people that were sending their kids. We'll have the children's school, the young people, and of course, blessing to the church and the service as well. Let's go ahead and say our memory verse of the week, John chapter 3 and verse 3. You'll find it on the front of your bulletin. Of course, also in the scriptures. John chapter 3. We'll say that together, starting with the location. John 3:3. And every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure. Boy, a great verse. We talk about, of course, Brother Graham's had a thought of hope in each memory verse for the week this year. And of course, that hope is a steadfast hope. My hope for eternity is there whether I feel good, whether I feel bad. Just remember that purification process. Allow God to have His perfect way, and no doubt that we'll be the better for it. As we give today, remain faithful tithes, our missions, our building generations of faith as God has prospered you. Stay faithful to Him, and we remain faithful to Him. Undoubtedly, God will continue.
Loves me so, Christ is all I need.
Thank you. You may be singing. We're going to listen as Miss Christian sings for us.
I have seen the run to deserve this grace I found, for I was lost as could be when His hand reached.
You go in and you clean the cabin, and the boys are like, "Please don't tell our parents." And then they come and inspect the cabin, and then the cleanest cabin, they come up during the morning service and they give the report. You know, they'll say the name of your cabin. Who's involved? They're like, "Okay, now where's the broom? Let's clean." So the first day we went in there, and the boys were like, "Do we really have to do this?" And I said, "Well, we don't have to, but the better the score, the better chance that He had over 1,000 in membership, not 1,000 there. They had over 100 teenagers there. Brother Johnny Pope's church in Houston was there, several big churches, and yet our young people, we were the only ones that competed in it, but we did win. So thank you for your prayers. Visitors, is joy. The joy of the Lord. The joy that we have. Now, there is a difference in happiness and joy. Be happy in the world that we live in today. Every time we turn on the news, we're seeing bad news. We're seeing that wildfires out west. We're seeing tornadoes. We're seeing floods. We frequently hear of murders on the news, or we look at some of the states with the abortion laws, and we always are always hearing of issues and all of these types of things, and all this negativity in the world. And some might say, how could you be happy in such a negative world? But again, happiness a lot of times comes from happenings. Someone can buy a new car and you're happy. You drive off the lot and it brings happiness. But the first time your kindergartner spills red Kool-Aid in the back seat, your happiness is gone. Or if you have a sunroof and it's left open and it rains, then your happiness is gone. If you buy a new house, that brings a lot of happiness. People are excited. Hey, come over, let's look at the new house. And then you get that first